we go. I'm totally canceling his ECM too. Oh, I can't get back up there. Hey, what's going on, guys? Phil here with another Mechwarrior Online video. Today we're going to be actually diving into some of my favorite chassis and variants in the game. I'm going to go ahead and kick off with the mediums because at the time of this recording, my Twitch chat voted for me starting mediums. I do stream Monday through Friday, 12 to 6 p.m. Eastern. You should come join us. It's a great time where you guys can ask questions, interact, meet other mech warriors in the community, and that's over at twitch.tv/NGNGTV. I'll have a link down below in the description. Just come out and hang out. It's a great time, like I said. All right, let's go dive into this video. So first off, things that I like about the Arctic Wolf is that it's just a little mech that can pack a lot of punch. And you've got two different specialties with the Arctic Wolf, just so you guys know. You have a non-omni mech version, which basically means fixed hard points. You have the customization to be able to do whatever you want as far as the engine. And then you have the omni-mech side of things. So you have a few variants on one side and a few variants on the other. I actually tend to gravitate towards ECM because I like that sort of skirmisher, backstabber, and stuff like that. And it provides some, again, freedom as a streamer to be able to focus on the match and maybe not get as hunted. Anyways, I settled on this. I've been using this setup for well over a year now, and that is dual heavy large and dual heavy mediums with ECM and jump jets. It's a really fun build. Now, there are some drawbacks to this, and I'll go ahead and talk about that off the bat, which is this mech is super squishy. It's got very large arms that you can see here, and the legs tend to get shot off as well. And that's just the nature of the beast with this particular battle mech. And that's because, again, the shape of it, it's very squat compared to the assassin, but the assassin has very long legs. So this is my favorite build. I'll go ahead and quickly show it in the mech lab. Again, dual heavy large, dual heavy mediums. For extra double heat sinks, we have 7 of them. We have clan ECM as well in the right torso, and of course the light active probe. As you can see here, P left and right arm, prime left torso, and the A for the right torso. And I use this on the prime, and again, you get a base armor of plus 10 in the CT, which is great. So anyways, I really find this very fun and engaging. Again, with that left torso giving you the jump jets, gives me the freedom. So I'm gonna go ahead and dive into the matches here. And instead of showing you, you know, again, a high score or anything like that, I'm not worried about that. I wanna show you how I utilize this mech, how you can get the best use out of it, and then we'll see if you enjoy it. So let's go ahead and hop in here and showcase it in a few live instances of it in action. No mercy. All right, first thing I'm gonna do is hit engage override. Again, I can't stress how important this is. For those that don't know, engage override basically means if you cross over your heat threshold, again, which is, you know, your heat bar here, we hit 17 there. If you cross over 100%, you will shut down, and it's a safety mechanism to prevent damage to your mech. Well, the only bad part about that is if you shut down in front of enemies, you are dead. So that's the first thing I'm going to gauge. Now, keep in mind, if you're new to the game, or maybe you're a little bit experienced, if you override and you cross over 100%, you can take internal damage. Now, how does that internal damage happen? Well, it's a it's a RNG factor where it applies 20 damage to a location. So the only place that is not applicable is your head. It used to be, which was bad. So you could sustain 20 damage internal structure. So just keep in mind, on something like a medium, you can take about one of those, but you can't take a whole lot. So we're gonna go ahead and actually maneuver up here. So just sort of keep that in mind. You can turn it off if you struggle with heat management. That's perfectly acceptable. I'm just trying to help you out. All right, what I'm gonna try to do is position on top here and utilize some cover and concealment here. Some pillars. There we go. And again, just sort of keep in mind, we do have some targets here. There we go. Weapon groups, heavies, group 1. I also have them in group 3 under chain fire. That's so I can manage my heat a little bit more if need be. I do have ECM, which means I'm not lockable at this distance unless they tag me. But I don't want to expose too much here. Let's go ahead and just keep playing this game with Delta over here, engaging. Then you do have longer burn time. When you're checking out your skill tree, definitely invest in laser duration. Actually, for those that don't know, laser duration is more valuable than cooldown. So if you need to take off a few cooldown nodes, keep the heat management, or do both cooldown and laser duration. Laser duration helps with DPS as well, because again, take a strike there. Gotta be really careful sometimes, poking out the same place. Looks like our team is holding here. This isn't a bad spot. You do have a little bit wide arms here, so just keep that in mind. You can see I keep hitting some dirt, but that's not a bad thing. Now, heat-wise, this is actually a pretty good mech for heat, especially if you're firing. We got some targets. Echo 3. Interesting. And that is an LB, so we're going to go ahead and just say hello the best way we know how. Yep, you can fire at me at that range, buddy. That's fine. That's perfectly acceptable to me. I have to watch that Thany. Sometimes those Thany's rock dual Goss. Yep, he just tried firing there. And missed. Back over here. Okay, we do have jump jets. We're up on this platform again. I'm trying to just be as annoying as possible, but also as effective as possible. If I'm not firing, I'm not doing damage, doesn't really help my team, does it? So, skirmish here, just be annoying. Locking on targets. There he is right there. I don't know what he has. If he has dual Goss, that's not a good trade for me, because he will rip me apart, like I did mention. This mech is squishy. Ooh, yeah. Let's get that. Oh, light Goss. Yeah. Yep. He's going to focus on me because he's getting murdered over there. All right. They should be able to take him out. There you go. That is a total meme build, but man, you can pull it off in the solo queue sometimes. And good players, right? So he's going down. Don't feel bad for him. He chose his destiny. Right. You can alpha this. Just keep in mind the second alpha, you are going to be tapping into that top heat threshold. Like I said, be careful with the override, because you can take some internal damage. As I mentioned, you'll notice here, the most damage I have right now is my arms. And that's unfortunately a drawback to this chassis. That your arms tend to take a lot of damage. All right, let's go ahead. Override here. I'm gonna go ahead and get an alpha, another one. That's a good alpha. Notice dissipation here. Your mediums are ready to fire way before your heavies. So I'm gonna go ahead and, you saw that I did a chain fire there. Again, damage is damage. I do have internal structure damage, but it's from the strikes. My arms are hurt. Go ahead and operate here. You notice what happened there when I jumped up and hit a button, my aim shifted there. Boom, left arm is hurt, so I'm actually not going to poke out as much on my, there we go, on my left side. Another strike, again. It's perfectly normal that your arms are taking this much damage if that's what you're doing. Yep, there it goes. And you can see here, with the correct weapon usage, and just, you know, try not to alpha all the time, you can, you know, you can put out some damage. Oop, we just took another hit. All right, there it is. All right, so I just lost my arm in one volley. You can see how just painful that is, and that is, unfortunately, a weakness of this particular setup. Your arms are super squish. You're utilizing, you know, hopefully utilizing that ECM to your advantage. We're gonna go ahead and pop back up here. Again, we got the high ground. Now, are most matches this static? No, they're not. But if you can make it work, make it work. Now, all they have to do is sneeze at me, and I've probably lost my arms here. But here's the thing. We are winning. So, you know, there's that. Right torso, left torso on this guy. It's open.
Don't let the hostiles take down any more of you.
You do have good speed as well, so you can maneuver. You do have the maneuverability of the jump jets as well, so just sort of keep that in mind. This is pretty mobile. Unfortunate thing, like I said, the drawback and main drawback is the arms and just how squishy this mech is. We have a Kit Fox right here. Let's go ahead and pursue him. Let's see what we've got here. And try to ping there. There we go. We pinged him on the map best we can. And there goes my... Oh, that was a frontal hit that took out my rear. That's an unfortunate thing. So we are a stick here.
Heat sink destroyed.
I think damage transfer wrapped around, hit me in the back. Oh no, 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 no! And I'm out of weapons. No, and I can't do anything. I hope he's able to carry. I don't want to be like the reason we lose this. Uh-oh. This is sniper. Oh, yep. There's the Thany. What'd I tell you? Dual Goss. I bet you that's him. No, is that a... That might be a Thany, or it might be a night gear. I don't really know. It looks like a night gear. And unfortunately, there's nothing I can do here. Just ping him, just so people know where he's at. Now, the good news is that direwolf has a lot of firepower. Bad news is it's a night gear. I do have ECM, so I can still spot. I'm being useful. And what is this guy? Night Star. Oh, wow, this guy's fresh. All right, I'm just gonna keep eyes on this guy. That's my job. And I want to protect my right torso, so I'm gonna sort of lean left here. He's gonna try to maneuver there. I don't know if he just saw me. He might have just saw me. I'm not sure. Again, utilize this for cover. Nope, he didn't see me. There it goes. Ping again. Nice, nice. Yeah, get him. He's actually pretty fresh here. All they need to do is continue that pressure. He's pretty fresh as far as health. Right, I'm gonna try to keep eyes on this guy just so they know where he's at. He might have seen me, I'm not sure. Obviously he's gonna worry about something that's shooting him. Nope, he didn't.
Image enhanced.
I don't have jump jets anymore because that's on my left torso, and that is what got taken out.
Image enhanced. Image engine disabled.
Doesn't even notice. There we go. I'm totally canceling his ECM too. Oh, I can't get back up there. Oh, that's a problem. Oh, I should have thought about that before dropping down. Alright, let me maneuver here. He's gonna have to continue moving.
Critical hit. Right torso.
Oh, wow. Oh, he's right here.
Image enhanced. Engaged.
I'll just keep doing this. This is the most absurd thing ever. Yeah, he saw me. He's like, oh, you little shit. Yeah, I'm sort of stuck here. I just gotta be careful. See how hard it is sometimes to spot. That direwolf can come in unless he's crit. And we gotta worry. Well, they're slow. There's only so much they can do. Again, that dire wolf. This guy is open left, right torso. So, you know, again, we're just doing the best we can here. Of course, I lost my arm, so just trying to ping him as much as I can, just so he's... Let me get in here.
Enemy mech
There we go.
Bask in the glory of your triumph.
Oh my gosh, that took forever. All right, 797, not too shabby, not too shabby. All right, what an exciting match. Obviously, we showcased what the mech is capable of. Good amount of damage output there. But again, it did highlight the vulnerability of the Arctic Wolf. There are other setups, like I said, out there. There is even a splat version that you have to be very, very afraid of if it's around you. But that is the non-Omni mech. We saw an interesting situation play out there that doesn't happen very often, but sometimes it does. Just because I had no weapons didn't mean I couldn't be useful. I'm not saying we won that one because of my actions, but it definitely helps your teammates. Know the use of ECM. For those that don't know, ECM has two modes, disrupt and counter. And mainly you're in disrupt mode. How do you switch? Well, you hit J to counter. Counter basically means if you're within range of another mech as far as ECM, within that 200 meters range, you're going to counter that ECM, which basically turns it off. And that's what I was doing when he was above me, which was causing him some irritation because it gives away, one, his location, but also where to be able to aim, his left, right torso. Along with that, I kept using the spot mechanic. Unfortunately, the spot mechanic is a little, well, unfriendly, and you have to hit E, and then I have to mouse over, and it's annoying. But again, just information is ammunition. Being able to spot and basically get a free wall hack to some extent, I think helped my teammates be able to narrow down, and it helped the direwolf basically navigate on that said target. So even though that was a little bit boring at the end, it does highlight how important information is. That being said, this is a really fun build. I do enjoy it, and it's one of those things where I can find, you know, again, a good use case for it, but also I just really enjoy the sort of sneakiness. The two heavy large hits like a brick, and you throw in the mediums with an alpha 2, it can put out some damage. Again, going for those rear shots, targets of opportunity, if you see that left right torso open or even a leg on lights, it really does help. Now, one thing to keep in mind if you are new to the game is this has arm mounted weapons. You may play the exact same mech and you notice that your arms didn't have that free range of motion. Well, there's a few reasons for that. Keep in mind, lower arm actuators, if these are both turned off, you will not have the side-to-side ability as far as you'll have pitch up and down, but you won't have that side-to-side. Also keep in mind, if you have default settings, if you go to your settings here and you have arm lock enabled, arm lock prevents you from being able to have that unless you hit shift. Shift is, if you have that unchecked, if you hit shift, it snaps your reticles together. Again, that's your CT and your arms. If you have that checked off, that allows you the freedom of movement. Why do I bring that up? I bring that up because playing mechs with arm-mounted weapons, that's one of their biggest benefits. Now, if the mech doesn't have lower arm actuators, i.e. an example would be like the Jaeger mech or Rifleman, you only have pitch up and down, and so really you only have this as far as your torso pitch rate, which is basically, or your torso yaw speed, which is your basically tracking ability. With arms, you get an additional on top of that, which is really nice, being able to track small moving targets. In this case, we didn't have anything in particular, but looking at you, Piranha, or Arctic Cheetah, or like a Locust, having the ability to track your targets with your arms is very, very important. So if you didn't know that, again, now you know. So we've talked about the mech's use case, we've talked about ECM and how effective it is. Another big thing for those that are using this mech does come to the skill tree. Now, the skill tree across the board is, well, it's a little bit of a mess. I don't like this skill tree. I think it's very daunting to new players. That all being said, ECM, the most important thing that you can do is grab these 13 nodes. Now, I've talked about this live on stream. Again, make sure to come over here and hang out. But the big thing with ECM is it's quite ineffective as far as what it does if you do not get those nodes. And for those that don't know, ECM basically gives you a bubble of coverage. And so someone can't lock onto you unless they get within range. Well, The only problem is if you don't get those nodes, someone can lock onto you potentially 500 to 600 meters out, which is effectively where most combat happens. So that's where it's also detrimental on the trial mechs because they don't get these skills as well. So invest in those nodes. And if you do invest in those nodes, you're protected around 200-ish meters. Now I say around because if another mech has any of the sensor range skills or equipment that increases sensor range, it does fub with the numbers there. But again, I can't stress, if you're starting to play a mech, any mech with ECM, in my opinion, you want to grab these 13 nodes. It is an investment, but you're going to want to do them. That's the whole point of ECM. If you don't take them, you might as well just not take the piece of equipment because you can dump it elsewhere. That being said, in other stuff, like I said, firepower becomes quite standard. Laser vomit setups are simple. You want cooldown, heat efficiency, and laser duration. You're going to pick up extra nodes as far as range just because. And I did mention earlier as far as cooldown nodes to replace them with laser duration. And you'll notice here, I actually am missing a few cooldown, but I have the laser duration. That is because this laser duration, if you do the math, cooldown -0.6 versus -2.5, I'm getting a better as far as return on my investment going with this laser duration here. Now, I don't have the last one. You could sacrifice something else, but in my case, I don't want to. With laser vomit, just like I said, it's pretty simple. You normally go all operations as well, and that's going to maximize your heat efficiency here. And that's what this number is right here, 1.25. Now, that's a little bit disingenuous because it doesn't really, that number isn't affected by the skill tree for whatever reason. But most people shoot for 1.3 heat efficiency. In this case, again, you only have so much that you can, as far as heat sinks, we do have 7 extra. I do have a light active probe, and that's mainly just for my benefit. If something around me, again, increases sensor range, speeds up target data, and target data, by the way, is your paper doll. So that's why I have it. It's half a ton, but I don't really have any other space to put half a ton on here. So for me, I dropped a few points armor from the head, and I grabbed a light active probe. It's not the full thing. And again, you can detect shutdown mechs, which is also nice. It very rarely happens. But that target time boost, why I like that, and it's 15%, is because it gives me the ability to know where to pinpoint accurate. Whether, oh, they have a left-right torso open. Maybe I know that mech has an XL engine and will die. So that is why it's useful for me. And again, the laser vomit also, I don't have anything else I can do with it. I could throw another double heat sink in here, but I would have to strip armor from the head or legs. And this thing, as you noticed, is super squishy. So I don't really like doing that. But overall, this is a really fun build. I hope you found it effective. If you found this video effective or informational or you liked it, make sure to click that like button. Let me know if you have a different setup for this. I know it does have, in this configuration, other omnipods with a missile, but for me, I like sort of being this skirmisher. So again, let me know down in the comments if you found this video useful, and let me know. And of course, just want to say thanks again for watching. We'll see you on the next video for my favorite builds. Until next time.